Welcome back, everybody. Today I thought I'd just do a little sketch of this goblin person, trader, merchant, because I thought it looked cool. So let's do some drawing. So he's got a nice little nose and looking a bit strained, his movement's a bit arduous and cumbersome. He's got a lot going on, and he's just come back from another settlement, so feeling a bit tired, I think. But he's doing his job. He's doing his traveling. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be fun to draw this little person. Yeah, do lots of little details today. I'll do a little bit of shading as well, because after doing more kind of something moving on my desk. Sorry. Yeah. Right. So here's little gloves. They're quite well used gloves. So yeah, there's always something about merchants I always really liked in like fantasy worlds and things like that. Just because they're travelers as well, and I always wonder the stories behind how did they come across all this wonderful and, well, sometimes wonderful stuff, and other times bizarre and wondrous, but for all the wrong reasons. How did they get it? I wonder if like travelers and merchants in games used to be the adventurers, and they got too old or too wise to do it anymore. Just a thought. Oh, he's going to have a couple of straps holding all his goodies at the back. Yeah, so I wonder if that's how they come to be. They used to have a nice party and a nice group and do all these adventures, and then one day they thought, you know what? I don't want to risk my life anymore fighting dragons. I just want to kind of have an easier life. Yeah, maybe. Like this finger's going to be like reaching up. He's going to be trying to scratch his nose at the same time as holding all this stuff. Frayed little bits of the glove. And more straps. Cool. Yeah. How's everyone doing today? At the time of filming sounds a strange thing to say. Time of filming. It's Sunday. So my entire day will be doodling, taking the dog for a walk, and just relaxing, really. So I hope you got a nice relaxing day where you are, or night time, or wherever it may be. Not sure what to do with clothes. Maybe a little shirt. So there's this little shirt coming off here. He's got a little tummy. Little tummy, there we go. It's quite sweet. We have some playing cards up here as well, And the 5 there. Oh yeah, what sort of hat should he have? Maybe like, kind of like a weird gnome hat, maybe. So maybe he used to be an adventurer, like a wizard. I don't know, if he was a wizard, he'd probably be using some sort of magical means to carry his stuff, wouldn't he? Unless it's part of his strategy. If naughties try to, naughty bandits try to stop him in the middle of the road, he could, surprise them with a little bit of magic. Or, he's just a normal dude. We'll put some wheat in his hair there as well. Maybe he's gone past the farm and he's had to, climb through some farmers fields. And he's got lumbered with a bit of wheat and maybe a bit of barley and all sorts on him. So I draw lots of little bags. Nice. And then we want lots of little trinkets, don't we? So if I do like a little hook thing there, and what should we hold there? No. The first thing that came to mind was a frying pan, so we'll do a frying pan. It's meant to be a frying pan. Not very good at drawing that sort of stuff. And then here we'll draw his favourite fork. Maybe this is just his personal bag, and then we'll draw a little spoon as well. Nice. It's really cute. Oh, we'll draw some sausages. Little sausage links here. Wrap around here, and maybe it's coming back on itself a little bit. Cool. And we just sort of have the sausage disappear there. Cool. Another little bag. Little brackets. Not brackets. Buckles. Yay. Nearly got the first word, not the right word the first time. Cool, and then it's going to have shorts. Maybe it's just a particularly large-nosed hobbit or some sort. That could be it, couldn't it? Cool. I don't know what this was. I don't know what I was drawing here, but I'll just try and figure out what my plan was as I'm going. It's just like the things that hold socks up. He's not wearing socks, you know. He's probably traded for that and thought, oh yeah, I need that. And then put them on and thought, hang on, I don't wear socks. Oh, I don't care, I'm going to wear them anyway, you know. There's other little leg back here. Cool. And of course, if he's a hobbit, he's going to have really big feet. So, nice big feet. His little toe curling around there. There we go. Perspective's a little bit off there, but I'm not too worried about it. I'll do some hairs there as well, and on his leg. It's not very well drawn at all, is it? Do some grass. Yeah, he's definitely struggling that way, isn't he? He looks like he's grimacing. He's like, oh, it's a long day. So when I get home. Well, then again, if he's a traveling merchant, maybe he doesn't have a home, you know? Maybe his home is the road. It looks like he's repositioning that shoulders, hands up, isn't it? And, maybe it's just a bit heavy for him. And then we'll do a little bit of an outline here, because there is quite a lot going on, isn't it? So we can make it a little bit more visually friendly. Alright. Some nice little, can't remember what we talked about. Wheat, was it? Yeah, nice bit of wheat. And am I still on camera? Hey. Nice. Very cool. I'll outline the grass as well, because I wanted to kind of pop a little bit with him. Nice. Cool. And then there's the leg, a little knobbly knee. And this is kind of in the background, so he's kind of pushed it right back. There we go. Some hair. Do a bit of outlining now so I don't forget about it. And then a nice big foot. And that would be his little toe. Wait, nope, that's his big toe. Pretend I didn't say that. And then lots of hair. Yeah, we'll pretend that's the big toe. We make that a little bit bigger, and then it's okay. Cool. And then, right, let's carry on with the bags and stuff. So we just have some little things just hanging off. Doesn't matter to. Oh, there's a frying pan. Oh, past me and present me had the same idea. Clearly, we thought this guy needs a meal. You know, we don't want a hungry merchant. I feel like you get, I don't know, would you get worse prices or better prices if they were hungry? Maybe just tired, but I don't know. When I'm hungry, I don't think I'd be given a discount. You know. How much is the healing potion? 5 million gold. Okay. Maybe not the best merchant. Yeah, we'll just put a little bit more dark stuff around. Maybe it's the evening coming and closing in. Yeah. Cool. And do a little bit on his nose as well. Also shadow. A bit underneath his chin. Yeah, cute. I noticed in the last video I did when I was drawing Margot, the vampire, which was really fun to draw. I noticed that because of the light that I use, sometimes I'm not sure if I'm fully inking or not. It's like because there's a shimmer on the paper. So I will try to make sure that I see that in future, so I can make sure I properly ink it. It's one of those things that I get really, well, I don't really get annoyed by it, but I don't think it looks as good as it could be if it's, you know, not fully inked. That makes sense. So he's got a little boot there. What should we have here? We could do, you know, we have his money bag there. We'll do a little rope. We'll send it that way, and we'll send another rope or two that way. So then later on we can use them within the image. Do you ever do that when you're drawing? You leave some spaces and you're like, I'll probably use that at some point. You know, come back and even if it's just, oh, I'll put a snail on it or something. Cool. And we'll do some ropes this way. We'll have that sort of interacting with it. Doesn't really make any sense, but that's okay. And then, what should we do here? Probably just another bag. Oh no, we do a big bag, and that will be your weapons, I think. Yeah, a bag of weapons. So we'll do a spear. You know, pointing away because, you know, safety first. And then we'll do sort of a handle for some sort of great sword. Must be a magic bag because otherwise the sword's going to be down here, isn't it? Okay, so definitely a magic bag. We can make the story up of this little character as we go. That's going to go off the page. It's over there now. And then another handle of another sword. Maybe slightly less leather strapped one, you know. And then maybe just another, you know, blade there and another one there, and that's fine. Cool. And then what's this? Oh, we got a little weird doll thing. Clearly I was thinking about the game, and I drew a little effigy rather than what I would think would be in like a sort of a fantasy world. Traveling merchant. Okay. And the rope's going to come out this way. And that little bit of string's disappeared around there. Maybe it comes back around here. That one's going to go over here for whatever reason. And we'll do a big knot in the rope there. And then we'll have that wrapping and intertwining with that. There we go. Keep going up here. Cool. What's back here? We'll do some sticks. A little bag of sticks, I think. Yeah, so yeah, today I just thought, well, this is my sort of wake up sketch. So I thought I'd do it on the camera. So I always try and do a couple of little doodles before I draw and put anything on the channel. You know, just so I've kind of got that nice, you know, feel, you know, ready for the drawing. Sometimes I feel that my style will change slightly. So I'm like, oh, okay, I need to kind of bring it back in, you know, reel it back in a little bit. Otherwise, it's kind of strange if I keep going back and forth from different styles. It always looks weird to me as well, but maybe that's just a little bit of a creative thing, you know? Mix it up a little bit, you know? Okay, the rope's going to wrap around here, and I have something else hanging there. I put that bit of rope here, that's going to wrap around there. And then we'll do like a little potion. A bit of a shimmer. I'll put a label there that you can't quite read. Nice. And then we'll put some, this won't make any sense, so don't worry, but we'll put some books. Try and make them a little bit more interesting than the usual drawing of a book, which can be a little bit limiting. Okay, lots of pages, and you know, the little tags that you put in books so you remember your pages. Maybe this is more for him. And because I'm looking on my desk right now, there's a nice cup of tea. I'm going to draw my little cup of tea. And it's going to be spilling a little bit. I don't know what this was. There we go. Another little book underneath there. And then under here, maybe this is sort of a backpack. And we'll have that bit of string that interacts like a stitch. Won't make any sense, but that's okay. Nice. Carry on with the little effigy character. Doobie. I always think of that film Mama. It's creepy film about I don't want to ruin it in case you're actually going to watch it, but yeah, if you like sort of creepy fantasy, you know, but this day and age sort of fantasy, that's worth watching. It is a bit heavy though, so you know, maybe have a look at the synopsis and see if it's something that you wouldn't mind watching. But it is good. But I used to always have the sort of effigies, the talisman and things like that that would give bonuses to the characters in the game I'm working. But when I watched that film, it was just sort of like, wow, yeah, I'm on the right track here. There's something really interesting about a little effigy character of yourself. You know, there's quite an interesting history about effigies, and sort of even the word has a sort of a negative connotation sometimes, and I think that's really interesting as well. You know, it's kind of seen as like either witchcrafty or, you know, dark. So yeah, that's kind of why I chose it actually. Right, hand's going to come over here and rest because the paper is raising. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I don't want it to do that. Raisin. It's not a raisin, it's paper. Right, and what should be here? Like some sort of like structure that holds, this a little platform or something. The sketch is just obscene, so I have no idea what I was trying to get across. I can't remember, so I was going to make my own little thing up. So we have a little platform, and we'll do another bit there, and maybe the rope from earlier will come up. Excuse me, losing my voice. So the rope will come up here. There's going to be a hole, and the rope will come up. Oh, I've got a really silly idea for the rope. I don't know why I'm drawing a rope like this today. It looks bizarre. Just looks like spaghetti. Spaghetti noodles. So there's the rope. Cool. And then have a little round bit at the back of it. And then I'm going to have a little bell. So what he does, so I have like need a little bracket or something, don't I? It's like a little chain bracket. So what he does is he pulls the little bell, so villagers know it's him coming in to trade and stuff. We'll put some jars and we'll put oh, that's a box, that's what it is. So we put another little box here that's kind of half open. I do like drawing boxes. I know, that's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Yeah, pretend I didn't just say I like drawing boxes. That's a really weird thing to say. Right. Do another little box with a little lid, sort of half coming out, and then we'll do some weird little instruments, probably maybe lock picks or some sort of cast iron equipment for forging. I wonder if he sells a lot to dwarves, And that looks like a sort of maybe a magic crystal there or something. A little bit outlining real quick. And then maybe a bottle. If he's had a really good day, puts down this little cork. Some bubbles coming out of it. Maybe they're little flies trying to get to there's a little bottle of mead or something. So yeah, if he's had a good day, he cracks it open next to a nice little lake, and he just enjoys himself, And then we'll have this little metal thingy holding it. It reminds me of that game Death Stranding. You have this guy called Sam, and he's kind of like a delivery man. It's really cool. Only played a few hours, but then I realized that I wasn't going to do any storyline because I was very happy just wandering around. I thought I have no idea what's going on, just delivering parcels, and didn't want to progress the game. I just was very happy just doing that. It's very silly. I'll put a little bit of shade in here, a little bit there, just to sort of get a tiny bit more depth. Won't be a lot, but yeah, it's cool. Oh, I quite like this little chap. Oh, if anyone has a name for him, let me know. Or her. Can't tell. Let me know, and we'll update the video with a new name. Yeah. Yeah, that went quite well. Nice little sketch to start with, eh? Cool. Rouse needs a little bit. We'll just put a little bit here. So yeah, thank you so much again for joining me. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day. And if you're drawing along, listen to me ramble on and on and on. I hope your image or your sculpture is doing really well. And if you're just stopping by, have 5 minutes from your day just to not worry about anything, then I hope this little video helps. Cool. Let's we'll finish there. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Oh, the doobie-doos are out. I think it's time to stop if the doobie-doos are out. There's some little marks and stuff so it doesn't look so uniform. Right, stop doodling. Right, oh, I'm off the page slightly. How can I do this? It's so tall. Hang on, let me just move my camera a little bit up. There we go. Oh, that'll be an interesting thumbnail. Right, to be all artsy, I'm going to put my pen there, pencil there, rock and roll. So, thanks so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. And anyway, you all take care. Goodbye.